welcome to I Talk Italian. I'm your host, Shawna Patruno. So I'm here with Sarah Arnold-Hall, and I know that you've pushed yourself in a lot of different ways. I see a lot of your challenges that you do. Where do you have to take yourself mentally to get to those places? Like, I think that I read somewhere that you wrote a blog every single day for a year, if I'm correctly
Mhm.
stating that. How did you get yourself to do that?
Right. Gosh, there's so many pieces wrapped up in that. I think that it really comes back to your identity and who you believe you are. So I'm actually on one of my goal is to do 2 years in a row. And I set that goal of blogging. So I set that goal at the beginning, like that I was gonna do 2 years. And there's something about like blogging every day that sounds really daunting. And then when you add like it's gonna be 2 years, it feels like this crazy cool challenge and not just like this every single day I'm going to blog for the rest of my life and I'll never get a day off, right? It's more like I'm going to do this insane challenge. And then at the end of the 2 years, I can stop if I want to. And so that gave me the motivation that I needed. And 2 years, 1 year sounded hard, but 2 years, who commits to 2 years? Like that just felt crazy, which is exactly why I did it. And it's really for me about stepping into the version of myself who always does what she says she's going to do. I've decided that's who I want to be. And I remind myself of that as often as I can. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it because that's who I want to be as a person. And I've like linked it with my identity and not just like, well, should I blog today? Should I not blog today? I always blog because that's who I am.
So, as you were taking on the role of becoming like a blogger and very consistent with this, what did you notice the transformation in the process of writing versus the very beginning, like the awkward stage where you're going through breaking an old pattern versus where you are now? Has the process changed for you?
Do you mean as a writer?
As a writer and the mindset shift as doing it, like,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's definitely automatic for me now. I used to have to keep like a chart, like, did I blog today? Did I not? Like, I'm just very used to doing it now. So it's definitely become a habit. I think that initially I was writing really long posts, and that was one of the things that made it exhausting was to write. I mean, and I say really long. I mean, I was probably writing 1,000 word posts every day. That's a lot of work to do every single day. And so I allow myself to write whatever needs to come out. Like this is a 2 year journey. So sometimes I've got blog posts that are just a single sentence, but it's a profound question that I'm asking my audience. Right. And I would consider that like that is still me showing up for my audience. And in like that juxtaposes all my other content that might be like longer in between. And sometimes I still do write 1,000 word blog posts or more words, but being just allowing myself to have it come out however it comes out has also been part of it. The mindset is to publish something every day, not to get it perfect. And I've allowed myself, I often will talk about how I feel that, like the blog posts that I've been writing recently have been rubbish. And like I'll share that with my audience because I'm really sharing my own journey as I go through this.
I'm just curious about what that transformation as you're writing, is it more about your audience or is it more about you keeping a promise to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I started this for me. I read somebody else's blog post and it inspired me to do it. His name is Sean West, and he wrote a blog post that said, whatever you want to be successful at, you need to show up every day for 2 years. And he said that most people don't take the advice because it's not microwavable, right? It's not like helpful, like in our minds, like that's such a lot of work. But he said that's what you've got to do. You've got to show up every day for 2 years. And actually, my entrepreneurial success has definitely gone from nothing to something in that time. And I definitely attribute a lot of that to the fact that I've been showing up every single day for my blog. I don't think I'm doing it for my readers
Mhm.
purely. I think it's a combination of the fact that I actually feel really accountable to anybody who is reading it. And I do have a few readers now, but also more than anything, it comes back to that personal piece of doing it for myself. I would love, in 10 years for me to be able to look back and watch the beginning of my journey, like that I blogged every day for 2 years. Like you're going to be able to see the ups and the downs of the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. And that's really exciting.
That's amazing. I'm so excited. So, what is your blog called so people can go there? Because we've just like set the stage for that.
Sure. So my blog is my name. It's saraharnoldhall.com. And that's pretty much where my blog is. I don't have a special name for it. It's just myname.com.
That's perfect. Well, Oprah just has her name, so it's good. It works. So, we're going to just take a quick pause. We'll be back with I Talk Italian.